Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the 1990 Autobot Astro Squad. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a look at them all individually, learn their names. We're going to also see how they transform, and the very cool little gimmick that they had at the time was the fact that they could actually combine not just with their respective partner but with any of the other combining squads that were released at the same time. What we're also going to do is we're going to have a look, as you can see straight away, there's a big difference between the standard Hasbro and the Japanese Takara packaging. The Japanese Takara packaging actually came with an extra vehicle, you can see inside there. So I'm going to be showing you that, showing you the purpose of that. And the main reason for that is because them little vehicles can interact with the Japanese toy line. Again, there's the specific ones that we didn't have over here. And more importantly, with Sky Gary, who I'm going to be doing a video on this particular weekend. As always, of course, we'll have a look for things that you need to be aware of after purchasing one for yourself, and then we'll get a chance to have a look at the beautiful artwork as well on these packaging. Right, so as I've said, these six here, they were the Astro Squad. You can just about make that out on the card there. And these were released in 1990, part of Series 7, the very sort of tail end of Generation 1 Hasbro Toy Rise anyway. Toy-wise, shall I say. So we've got the first two here. They combine to make the Silver Moon Crawler, and the front guy is Barrage and the back guy is Heave. Now the Space Shuttle at the back, the two of them, the front guy is Phaser and the back is Blastmaster. And then we've got the red missile carrier, which is funnily enough split into the two there to show you how they can combine. And then we've got the first guy who's at the front, his name is Moonrock, and then the very ingenuitive, very cleverly thought out name for the guy at the back as he's carrying the missile, his name is Missile Master. So there you go, that must have took him ages to think about. So let's have a look at the actual figures themselves. So yes, they are incredibly basic. You can see they will all have a pretty much screw right there, right in the center of their chest, so you need to be looking for that not to be corroded, to be honest. They've got nice little bits of detail in the head, they've got slightly different painted faces. All the wheels as well, you need to be checking for corrosion there. The arms on them all will move up and down. That is about it. Now the legs do move as well, so we can be really like over exaggerative and say it's got a knee tilt, but it's mainly just for the transformation. Now with most of the Micromasters as well, the legs are fused like this particular chap, but as soon as I was about to say that, you can see that the two guys have got the rocket and him there, they separate as well, but they're not, you know, you can't really use them as much part of the articulation. It's just mainly for the transformation purpose. The other thing to be aware of, you can see we've got a dowel there and a hole there, and that's just how we're going to combine them. So I might as well do the quick transformation while we're here, and it literally was as simple as that. There we go. So if we take the other particular chap, this has got the satellite dish on the back. Now this can come off, so that is something to be aware of if it is missing one. Again, same with the articulation. I'm not going to bore you to death with all the same things. I'm just going to very quickly transform all these. This is slightly different because you've got something folding out over his head. I suppose something to be aware of a lot of the time with Micromasters is the fact that you can get really loose joints. Especially there, that's as you can see really quite loose already. Let's fold. I think he's got good detail on his head there. There we go. You'll have to excuse me, the sun keeps coming out and going in, and that's why it's affecting it. Looks like the picture. The wings on here as well, and of course the tail, they can all come off and be lost. We'll fold his head up, and of course he is bright white, so it's good to look out for the fact that he's not sun faded. These guys, let's just fold them up as so. And then this is the most commonly lost part, and I've seen this sell for crazy prices, more than the actual set of 6 figures themselves, to be honest. This can also detach, but for obvious reasons, I'm sure you can work out why this is the most lost piece. It has a hole there, and there's a little dowel there where it can attach. So what we'll do first and foremost is we'll connect them, combine them to what they're supposed to be. So we've got these two. These are the two. There's the holes and the dowels there, and they simply just connect as so. Same with this. And again, I have to think that although they're very basic, I do remember, I'm not sure if it was these, if I'm being honest. I know I definitely had one of the sets when I was a child, and I did actually like them. Again, I know they're super basic. You've got a bit of movement there, so you know you've still got quite a bit of playability with these. Although they're super basic, you've got the fact that they combine like that. And then I'm not going to do the shuttle because obviously that look a little bit odd, But if I pull this part off there, you could if you wanted to, you totally could. You can switch the two around. It doesn't look too bad if you've got the two vehicles. The same with all the other squads. There was another Autobot squad and there was two Decepticon squads. As you can see, you can mix and match them around. So there's quite a bit of playability with them there. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to move these out of the way a second. Let's have a look at the different types of packaging then. So as I've said, 1990, quite far into the very tail end of the G1 continuity. This is the Spanish carded version. As you can see, we've got the Spanish language and writing there. This card is huge as well. It really is absolutely massive. If I can give you an idea, I haven't got much next to me, but there's a G1 cup. So it's over 2 times the height of him. It's a big, big card. And if we spin it round at the back, unfortunately, there's not too much exciting stuff there. We've just got the fact that they can combine like so. Shows how they detach, combine. Shows the mini transformations of them all. And then we've got a tech spec for all of them. We've got a price there as well. I wonder if that's pesetas, $24.95, because I don't think there definitely won't be pound. And it's 1.5 oddly robot points. Right, so let's have a look at the Takara version then. So the Takara version is obviously just the Japanese version, and this is even stranger. This has got a price there in dollars. But again, I love the little Japanese things. Now, the big thing you'll notice straight away is that it's actually missing the silver moon racer, but what they've got instead is this little trailer, and I'll show you that in 2 seconds. I also want to point out to you that we've got a reference number, and the C there stood for Cybertrons, which was Autobots, and its number was 364. And there are the little Micromasters themselves. But more importantly, we've got that lovely picture there of a rather souped up Optimus Prime, or in Japan he was known as Convoy, and the toy line in 1990 was known, well, it's 91 was Return of Convoy, 1990 was Zone, so this is the Return of Convoy packaging, so this must have come out that little bit later. There's the contents, there's the little trailer, there are the actual Micromasters, and yeah, there it is, confirmation. That is the Return of Convoy artwork, so 1991. That is Sky Gary, funnily enough, the guy I'm going to be doing a video on this weekend. And there is the, well, it's Grandis, isn't it? It's probably going to be a grail for me in some time. And funnily enough, there's pictures of the trailers now, which you can see exactly what I'm about to show you. So this has been opened before. It's just been put back really, really neatly. He says, is this side going to open for me? Which side shall I open? There we go. So the cool thing about this is there is the tech spec. And there is the robot points, so you don't have to cut out any of the actual packaging. Just slide this out. Someone's already put the stickers on. As I say, this is used. Right, so what we've got here then, there is the shuttle. And then here is, of course, the missile carrier. But then this truck, let me just make some space at the back. There we go. They released them, as I say, in 4s. So there wasn't a full set. Same with the Micromasters. And they had this particular little carrier. That's the stickers we put on, so this is reference number 4. That is actually a launcher. So if we press this down, I can push this back. You can hear the click. I'm going to do it with an actual Micromaster in a second, but see that shoot forward? And this is brilliant because you can see you've got connectivity tabs, dowels here, a hole there, etc. So this means, and as you'll see on the videos with the other Japanese figures that I do, even down there, that you can connect this to a multitude of things. So the play sets, figures, etc. There's so many things that you can do with all these, and it really is just genius. Again, they just take it all to a different level. Okay, so I've loaded that back there. Let's make some space. Pop it there. Push the little Micromaster in. Make sure he's all against the back. Make sure I'm not in the way of the camera. And boom, as you can see, it launches them out. So that extra, they do take 2 Micromasters off you, but I think for the playability fact of having this little trailer inside more than makes up for it. I'll just show you it again without, in fact, now let's put a figure in. Let's do it again. Show you it again with the figure in. Pop it in. Boom, out it shoots. Great, great little bonus feature. I'm sure you'll agree there. Right, before we finish, now we've just had a look at the artwork there, haven't we? So the same is there for the instructions on the back. And again, there's just confirmation showing you that you can combine and mix these up in as many different ways as you want. It's even got obviously the instructions for the stickers there on the back. So that must have literally come with no instruction sheets because it didn't come when I brought one. But there we go. So we've got Hasbro variants. which is obviously released in 1990. Takara variant released a year later, and that is due to the fact that it's got the Return of Convoy toy line on it. So here we go. So hopefully I've tried to make, you know, a Micromaster set as interesting as I can. They're good toys, aren't they? They are really good. So there we go. There they all are. I'm not going to bore you to death transforming them all back. I'll do that myself and stick them on my shelf. But there you go. So I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I hope it made you more aware of the Japanese toy line. And again, you're going to get to see how they interact brilliantly with the larger figures with the videos that I'm currently doing. So thank you for watching, taking the time to, you know, watch this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, please. That's a great help to me. And of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.